Now, one of the things we mentioned early on when we looked at chapter 1 was bacterial growth and basically division is very simple. It's just by binary fission. So if you look at the slide, you can see one bacteria, and we don't go through all the stages of mitosis and meiosis. We have one bacteria that starts to divide and make two bacteria. Those two bacteria can divide by binary fission and make two more. So they actually grow exponentially. You think about an E. coli cell that can do that every 20 minutes. You're talking about very, very fast division of bacteria. So by binary fission is how they replicate. Now, where that's going to be somewhat important is if you look at the bacterial growth curve, all right? And I'm not saying you're going to get a ton of questions from the bacterial growth curve, but I'll give you an example of something they might ask you about the growth curve. Okay, if you look at the growth curve, you'll see the number of cells versus time, okay? And the very first stage of the bacterial growth curve is something called the lag stage. What's going on in lag? Nothing you can really see. The cells aren't actively dividing, but they're getting ready to divide. It's not like they're just resting, kind of like gearing up for the division process, but they are making proteins and everything that they need to get ready for that division, all right? Probably one of the most important steps of this growth curve is this logarithmic stage, okay? And why I'm saying that is because the bacteria are growing exponentially. So fast that really you can't even fathom how fast they're growing. And if someone were to ask, you've got a patient that has a particular bacterial infection, at what stage in the growth of the bacteria are the bacteria most responsive to antibiotics and chemotherapy? It's the logarithmic stage where they're actively dividing, okay? So that's how you can give the bacterial growth curve a little bit of clinical relevance. But other than that, you know, you're not really going to have to focus much on the curve. Once you hit stationary phase, about the same number of cells that are dividing are dying, so you really kind of level off there, and then most of the cells start to die and you hit the death phase. Okay, so that's really all there is to the growth curve. I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time on that.